What's up, guys? Paul, Country Strong Outdoors. Got a little toy here we're going to do a little playing with. We're going to do a review on, and also we're going to do some shooting with it. See if we can get it sighted in and ready to rock and roll. This is a Ruger American rifle. Brand new, still in the box. I mean, don't you just love a new rifle? I mean, I love a new rifle. I love the excitement of having a new rifle. Take a look at it. See what we got here. This is, I think, the Ruger American. I think it's called the Go Wild, or I'm not sure. I think it's called the Go Wild. It's got the great looking camouflage synthetic stock. The Ruger emblem on the stock is all camoed out. Looks great. Got the creotype finish. I don't know exactly if that's the right way to say that or not, but it's got that nice bronze looking finish on it. Low glare. Real light. Feels real good. I love the checkering, or I guess it's just the design on the forearm, but it feels really good. It's got a good grip to it. Same thing right here on the stock. It's got a good feel to it there. It's got the safeties right here. Push forward to fire, pull back for safe. It's got the AccuTrigger, something similar to an AccuTrigger. I don't know what that trigger's called, but it's an adjustable trigger. I'm pretty sure you can adjust it from 3 to 7 pounds, something like that. But it is an adjustable trigger. It looks a lot like the AccuTrigger, if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it right there. Looks a lot like the AccuTrigger. All right, let's dig out the bolt and get it put in there. See if it's said. Cerakote, I guess that's the Cerakote burnt bronze is that finish. Great looking. Got a 22-inch barrel. Right, there's the bolt.
After she got it done, we flip-flopped. I'm in front of the camera, she's behind the camera. We decided to go after a button we call the flyer button.
Looks good.
Disappeared off our cameras, but we decided the next morning we were going to go in and give it a shot.
That bolt needs oil for sure. And it feels like to me it's relatively smooth, but I need to oil it real good and lubricate it, and then probably need to operate that bolt several times just to loosen that bolt up and get it really working really good. You know, it comes from the factory, and a lot of times it pays you to go through and operate that bolt a couple hundred times, a lot of times, just to really, limber it up, get it operating smoothly. But it's relatively smooth. Let's look at the magazine. It's got a, I think it's a 4-round clip. Yeah, I think it's 4 round. then one in the chamber. So, or maybe it's 3 and 1 in the chamber. This particular rifle is chambered in the 6.5 Creedmoor, and this bullet that I've got to shoot in it is a 140 grain Hornady bullet, match bullet. Let me show you a little. There's that bullet. It's got that plastic type synthetic tip, which at very long range is supposed to hold up a lot better than the lead nose. So that bullet is moving at a high rate of speed, and that particular type of nose is supposed to hold up better, eliminating drag on the bullet. I'll show you that here in just a minute. Let's talk a little bit more about this rifle. Really like the finish on it. It really does look nice. The bolt release right here, if you can see that right there, you push that in and that releases the bolt to be removed. And once you push that in, you can just slide the bolt right back out. No problem whatsoever. Magazine fits right in the well. Clips right in. And she's ready to rock and roll. Okay guys, getting ready to put mount the scope on it. I've got some Leopold 1-inch medium bases, Rifleman rings, scope rings. I got the lowest ones because I wanted them to be low because of that cone we were talking about already being a little bit low. So I didn't want to raise it up any more than I had to. I'll be mounting a Burris. It's a 4x16x50, 1-inch tube, full field scope. It's a matte black finish. If you can see that, the reticle on this particular scope is set up. The drops are already set up, or supposed to be set up, for 6.5 Creedmoor. So that's one of the reasons we went with this scope, because it's supposedly set up. And actually, when I was reading about it, it said that it was set up for the drops. You sight it in dead on that first crosshair right there at 100 yards, and then there's another 100 every drop down. It's set up with a 140 grain ELD bullet by Hornady, which is the match bullet, which is what we've got to shoot. So once we get this thing set up, get those bullets out there, get on the range and shoot, then we should be able to dial this thing in rather quickly. Once we get it on paper at short range and get the left and right jiving, then we should be able to get the up and down just where it needs to be in a very quick order. Alright guys, we're fixing to put this scope on. We'll get back. I'll show you how I bore sight it. I'll show you how I sight it in. We'll check it at 100 yards, and then eventually we'll continue to back up and check those drops and see if that scope really has those 100-yard drops that are supposed to be preset for 6.5 Creedmoor. Alright guys, be right back. Okay guys, here it is. Scope mounted. The fit just perfect on just above that barrel. That is just perfect. Eye relief is really good on this scope. It feels good on me. Plenty of room in here to get to the safety. Plenty of room here to torque your bolt. So everything's good to go. Anxious to shoot him now. Okay guys, without using a bore sighter, this is how I get the rifle to be on paper, so that when I go to shooting, then I'm a good bit closer than I would be just mounting the scope without any idea knowing where it's set at. So what I do is I take the rifle now, and in this particular case, you pull this back, and this lever right here is the bolt release. So you mash that in. I made it look a lot harder than it really is, but all you do is mash the back part of that in, and it releases that bolt out of that rifle. Alright, so now I've got the rifle sitting in my rifle rest, and what I've got a target up right down there with a blue dot on it, and I'm just going to look down the barrel, and see where it's at. And adjust until I've got that red dot dead in. I'm gonna get that red dot dead in the middle of the barrel, looking straight through the barrel. When I line it up real good and straight, I've got the red dot right in the barrel. I'm gonna come up and get on my scope. It's a little crooked. Check it in. Alright, when I look down the barrel, I've got the red dot square in the middle. And I come up and I am a little left and a little high. So right now, what I want to do is adjust those crosshairs to the right just a little bit, and then down, so that I can okay. That'll get me really, really close. It's not going to get me dead right, but it'll get me really close. It'll get me on the paper enough to begin to really work out and to work it out and to get it sighted on in. And so that's how I bore sight mine. I pull the bolt, and you can do that on any rifle as long as you can get the bolt out, or if your rifle has iron sights, you can use the iron sights and sight down the iron sights, and then move your scope, adjust your scope to be hitting on what those iron sights are hitting or touching, and then you'll be close enough to on paper to start working. So that ought to have me close enough where I can start the process of sighting it in. Didn't make it down to the range yesterday. Was getting ready, loading up everything to come down here, and got a call. Somebody needed Tucker to go trail a deer for them, so we had to take off and go do a deer track. And but here it is Saturday. We already went to Gus's football game and they won. So congratulations to the Taylor Falcons. They are now 6-1, so they're in first place in their league, and I think they're getting ready to start playoff. That was their last regular season game, so that's cool. All right, guys, so we're going to shoot this thing and just see how it ranks up, and we'll make a few adjustments, and then we'll back up. All right, guys, hang on. I'll get you back going here in a minute when we get ready to shoot. Just a little high and left. Made a few little adjustments and see what we got now. Yeah. Make sure we are on it. Our rifle still has to be good. So here we go, one more time. And that needs to go to the left just a smidgen. Now we're going to shoot again. See what we got. All right, here we go.